I will do it live. There we go. What's up, everybody? So February Patreon, hang on, number one. I'm still in fucking agony from throwing my stupid old back out.
You old bastard.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's a little bit better today though. Like, before I could only stand like that, you know, and now it's about like that. It's a little bit better. Still not like fully vertical yet. So
you should do what you ever seen The Incredibles?
Yes.
You should do what happened when Mr. Incredible threw his back out while fighting the robot for the first time. Just have the robot grab him and try and like stretch him out, and it fixed his back.
I need to find a giant robot.
Actually, I'm kind of standing like you.
Flop on a trash can like Homer Simpson.
I did something stupid last night, Jeff.
Huh?
My first deadlift in over 6 months was for 405 pounds without a belt.
Oh.
Not good.
Did you hurt yourself?
Oh no, I didn't get hurt. I felt something pop, like my back pop, and I started seeing stars. Like, nope, fuck this. I can get it up, but nope. Today, like my back, my neck, all of that shit's tight as hell.
Yeah, I am legitimately looking forward to getting in better shape, but like I just have to be safer about it. It was dumb.
Jeff struggles to keep up with younger ones, which is why you date older.
I just thought of something about your last Song of Salt and Poo video.
No.
Jillian Epperly is married, correct?
Right.
Yes.
So after she got married, she started listening to satellite radio, found a conspiracy theorist, maybe Alex Jones, and yeah.
Alex Jones isn't a conspiracy theorist. They are putting chemicals in the water that are turning the frogs gay.
No, they're trans.
It's one species of frog that turns them trans, and it turns them trans. Slight difference, but
yeah, just a slight difference.
But so after she starts doing doing her little protocol thing, and then she talks, and then she starts posting half-hour-long videos about how she was shitting on the toilet for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Good morning, everybody.
That's how.
How do you still say, yeah, that's what I want to wake up to?
Fuck no.
There's
even
there's a possibility,
dude. Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Even if you started doing that, even Mems at her horniest, do your super chats and come fuck me moments would probably put her foot down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
no, I'm sure she will.
Well, at that point, she'll just pick up the horse cock and be like, "Fuck you, I don't need you anymore."
Yeah, she'll just pick up the bad dragon. I wish I had contributed to that. That was hilarious.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Officially a
What
YouTuber.
is the bad dragon? Is he going to be Mr. Wiggles' otherkin friend, or are you actually going to use him?
I have a video idea that I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna have to upload it onto DTube instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be any nudity or anything like that, but
some dildos even YouTube won't allow.
Right.
The best part about that.
One thing that I wanted to mention though is there's a possibility. I'm still looking into it. There's a possibility that Jillian's husband might have a criminal record for fraud.
Oh, would not surprise me.
These things can't write themselves.
Bearing Cab, Cummy Glitter Bombs 2018. No, do not send me any Cummy Glitter Bombs, Bearing Cab. I will be very upset.
That would be fantastic. Do it.
Now I'm going to send you one, Jeff. Now I'm going to as soon as a couple paychecks clear.
Oh, if you send it, you're going to ruin the sense of, suspense and fear that he's built up now. Because any package could be.
No. What I'll do to rebuild it is I'll send him other packages of something innocuous. So whenever he sees my name on it, he'll get a sense of dread.
How much is a hazmat suit?
I'm going to hold it out for
Pocky or some shit like that.
Outside.
So a hazmat suit on Amazon is about $200. Okay. All right.
Speaking of Amazon, my
Get a trainer
shoes, I got
suit
new
and a
shoes.
fucking military surplus gas mask. Why do you...
I got that, but I don't know. It'd be kind of fun to have a hazmat suit anyway.
Yeah.
For the
Oh
bedroom.
my god.
Just send you a no. What we should do is just like order a bunch of cum lube from Bad Dragon and just like rig them to blow opening.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to taste it. Tell me how it is.
No.
I spent like 50
Dude, if
bucks
someone
for that
super
place.
chatted you like $200, would you taste it?
Me and
know.
Pallet together probably was $200.
I think Jeff has standards.
Here, I can.
He doesn't have standards. He's on the internet.
Yeah.
Have you heard
that stuff?
He doesn't have standards. He named his son Winter Holiday.
Hey.
Fuck you, that's an awesome name.
I just now got that. Oh my god, that's adorable.
Right?
It is funny, but it does sound like something Gwyneth Paltrow would name her kid.
That's
Sweet. I love it.
That's so mean.
name is skiing.
That's a Kardashian name. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I am actually like legitimately looking into getting a protective hazmat suit.
It just to wear during the mailbag videos.
Actually,
for
if you do that, your first video has to be you taking a Bad Dragon cum lube.
No, it doesn't.
That shit.
No. I'm good, man. I'm very good.
So Jeff,
Dragon, stop trying to breathe the mic.
Sorry, I just got new. I'm just very happy. I got new shoes.
Jeff,
I got new shoes.
Jeff, I got a question. Ballpark, okay. How many people how many like deaths have there been like attributed to Jillian? Like ballpark.
Attributed to her, none. There was
attributed to the protocol. I mean, like
none.
Like
none. There are no deaths attributed to the protocol. There are 3 suspicious.
I meant like allegations. Allocation.
Right, I know. There are 3 suspicious deaths. One really doesn't have anything behind it. 2 people were terminally ill and went and followed the protocol, and one of them was expected to live anywhere from 3 to 6 months, and he lasted a month. And had severe dehydration, and it exacerbated everything else, and it fucking killed him. It honestly, it fucking killed him because he stopped taking his meds too.
Yeah. I have a question. How would you said this stuff would cause you to lose your teeth? How does that work? I'm not like a science. I was in computer science. I'm in computer science, like your Monsanto hacker. I'm not like I'm not like a bioscience.
Most of it has to do with the salt intake. When I did the math the other day, in this to their animals too, and this amount of salt will definitely kill a Rottweiler. But once you get to a certain level of the sodium content in your body, it starts soft, and some of among other things like fuck up some of the channels brain, which are the calcium. I can't think right now. The calcium channels.
Yeah.
And
it does stuff. It fucks you up basically.
Yeah. You're basically consuming, and this is the new formula, I guess you could call them. Before it was double the salt, and you were just under the threshold for the lethal dose, the LD50 of.
Yep.
Wait, it used to be chloride. Double the salt dose. This is already like half the salinity of seawater.
Well, yeah, it's 50. It's 50,000 milligrams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The old one was at like 104,000.
Yep.
I just want to point out that Josef Mengele had an entire fucking concentration camp to pull this shit off, and these days we have people dumb enough to do it to themselves.
Yeah, right. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. This was one of Mengele's experience. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a combination of a pseudoscience health nut and and a person with bulimia constantly purging.
No, what it sounds like is the globalists have teamed up with George Soros to carry out Nazi experiments.
The globalists.
Globalists!
A little beast super chat that said, "Jilly juice made me uncomfortably clean inside." Ooh. My enemas now produce clean drinking water.
Salt will change the balance of your saliva, which is largely what protects your teeth.
Doesn't Hemlock Moonwolf's backwash produce clear drinking water as well?
Maybe.
No, it's magical in alive water.
Yes.
Alive water.
Yes. He said Hemlock said he became a filter, so he drinks the water, is spit up into a crystal chalice, and then for large quantities is transported in their safe lead containers.
That's right.
Just like a quick question, you seen Bright yet?
I have seen Bright actually.
Okay, so you're not seeing with Joe Rogan, and that makes me think: is there an alternate version of Alex Jones talking about how the elves are globalists and they're controlling everything?
Oh, that'd be great.
The elvish question
monster.
I want some Nazi guy to be talking about the elvish question.
They should, when they make a sequel, because they did get approved for a sequel. They need to get Alex Jones to do a cameo.
The beautiful. Worry about.
Well, because then they could Jones would finally have a sentence that he could say that sounded batshit crazy that was actually true.
Mm-hmm.
At least let him have one, because
he's
entertained us for so long.
The elves are trying to summon the Dark Lord.
Also, let me bring up Netflix. If anybody's looking for Netflix shows, I have two that are fucking fantastic.
Dear
Godless.
White People.
No, fuck no. Godless. Godless is a fantastic show with brutal violence in the Wild West.
Yes.
And Frontier. Frontier is also fucking amazing.
Frontier's fucking brilliant. It's got Jason Momoa in it.
He's a handsome motherfucker.
Jason Momoa is awesome.
Yeah, I saw Godless.
He made Aquaman. Jason Momoa made Aquaman not suck.
Right?
That is quite a feat.
That is a feat.
Well, to be fair, Aquaman,
and he is
prior
super
to the
sweet in person.
No, Aquaman didn't suck before, starting with Justice League in the animated one, because they showed how badass he could be.
Also, I would like to point out that no SJW ever was praised that movie for having a Polynesian play Aquaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
SJWs don't praise things.
Nothing is ever good enough. Horizon
It's problematic because it was played by
Horizon Zero Dawn isn't good enough for having a strong female lead.
Oh, how was it called?
Well, if you listen to some of them, the Wonder Woman, there was never a strong lead. Ripley from fucking Aliens would have some.
Ripley, freaking
with that.
What's her face? Sarah Connor was a strong female lead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the one from
dude, she had guns. Dude,
the chick from Alien versus Predator.
Yeah. Fuck off, Xena the Warrior Princess.
Oh god,
exactly.
Yes.
Throwing a chakram, getting it back, and having severed fingers attached to it. That's badass. I don't care who you are.
They've also probably never seen freaking Stargate, the series, because Carter, fucking Taylor, all them.
Oh yeah. Carter could whoop some ass.
And explain
Jeff, I just had a theory. Jeff, I just had a theory about Jillian.
Okay.
I think she's really into butt sex. And she's also a pseudoscience health peddler, so she decided to combine them by basically she doesn't have to spend money on enemas anymore. So...
I mean, it's possible. It's entirely possible.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to remember which artist and writer combination it was, but in the mid '90s, Aquaman actually got pretty cool. He got super fucking dark. Lost a hand, all sorts of shit.
Summon shit. I mean, if I were Aquaman, I would just have a legion of great whites around me and be like, "Who's lame now, bitch?"
Still Aquaman. You can give him all the powers of every other superhero. He's still Aquaman.
Yeah. It was Jeff Johns is the guy who really revitalized him during the New 52. That was good. Yeah. Anyway,
they did in the 90s. They kind of 80s. A lot of the comics got just so derpy.
Oh yeah,
so derpy,
super derpy.
Talking about the Iron Age,
right?
And
I walk in and people are talking about butt sex. Yeah, yep. We talk about butt sex a lot.
Yep, of course.
Butt sex and dildos. This is the fucking Jeff Holiday Patreon streams.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
To the one with the theory, I need to message you in like the Discord because you like I have a link that will possibly back up your theory. Just
what? I was just pulling that out of my ass, like Jillian pulling grape seeds.
Oh.
Well, there's a couple, and yeah, I'll message it to you so you can just. I was rolling.
I'll have to get back in the Discord. The thing is that. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip this real quick.
Yeah, I'm at the same. I think I have the same name in the Discord, but yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this ripoffreport.com thing about Jillian and
okay.
This is amazing. She freaks the fuck out and is like babbling at people. This is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you got another video?
Oh well, I mean, I'm gonna be doing at least one more of on.
You might have to do two. You might have to do two more. One for like the side effects, and one for the for her batshit insanity.
There's also a there is a YouTuber, and all she does is make videos exposing Jillian Epperly. I mean, they're not like yours. Like she's just from the Facebook, but in the comment section,
the Facebook,
Hey, Facebook.
Yeah. I got nothing for it. Yep, I absolutely just but she sends her yes, the Book of Face. That sounds so much better actually. But Jinkies out to battle with people in this woman's YouTube. Just arguing about everything. And oh well, it worked for me, and you don't have to believe it. Like it gets vicious, but the ripoff report was beautiful. What kind of site it was? Like you don't hold these kinds of conversations there.
What's a
Chili juice rap battle?
You know what the. You know, watching the last Song of Salt and Poo video, I was kind of disturbed in my own actions watching it. When Jeff gave the like warning about the poop pictures, I didn't like skip the video. I zoomed in. I maximized the screen, zoomed up the volume. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I don't know.
No, like that's how I feel every time I've ever went back and watched a live stream with some batshit insane person versus somewhat sane people like Jeff. It's like, why do I keep punishing myself? Why am I watching Onision for the 8th time?
That's the only one I can't watch multiple times because he's so grating on me for some reason. I think I think he reminds me of people I used to know or something. Maybe it's that.
Somebody used to know.
My ex-husband. If I could isolate the I am a shade machine motherfucker rap, make that a goddamn alert tone on my phone.
I've thought about getting Jeff as a rat-a-tat tattooed.
Rat-a-tat, like a fucking.
Oh my god!
Do not tattoo memes on yourself.
Why not? Damn it!
Because they age very quickly and very
Let him do it.
Hey,
they devalue quickly. There's memes. You got to keep supplying the market because then they get oversaturated. It's basic economics.
Exactly.
Oi,
it's like
I'm half Irish. We don't fucking do economics. We do alcohol.
Yep.
Like
alcohol and poor decisions.
In Philadelphia, it's a smart economic choice to buy bars on your windows and your doors and your walls and
your
everything.
horse's ass.
Yeah,
Even your
Just
dog.
live in a bunker underground.
Jeff,
Best
which
option.
is
Live in a bunker.
Jeff? I posed this question when I first joined the live stream. Which is more disgusting, the Jillian Epperly videos or the Eagles fan eating horse shit?
Oh,
fresh horse shit.
It's a question for the ages, isn't?
This is a tough one.
Yeah,
it's a really tough one.
Well, you would be less likely to get sick through than all of these other people messing with their own poo, but it's still disgusting.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, it depends. Like, if you only did the Jillian protocol once, you're not as likely to get sick as you are from eating horse shit. I'm
just talking about the bacteria from the poo. Yeah. Horse poo has less bacteria that can hurt you than people, but
I just found a video of Jillian fucking gagging and almost vomiting from drinking her own juice. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Put that in the next one.
Oh, did you see the video of her shitting herself?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, you did. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ooh, I need a fart.
Oh, I just pooped. You don't need to tell us that.
The funniest thing I've ever seen was a guy who was trying to deadlift 1,000 pounds. And he gets it after he blows a brown spot on the wall.
Oh, nice.
Like he's wearing like a track and field like unitard, and then you see how he gets it up, and you see the ball goes brown. It's like, oh damn.
Or there was one girl that was trying to do it. Oh yeah, there's a girl.
Let me see this.
She like kick it around with her foot so you don't notice it as much, but it's one of those things. It's like, no, there's nothing you can do, honey.
Oh, I just saw that one. Oh God.
Jeff, Jeff, I have a question. What's roughly what is the diet that this woman advocates?
Like she's into chicken and like some fruits and whatnot. But I'm trying to remember what exactly it was. I didn't save.
Here.
I didn't save it, but there was like a bunch of stuff that she says you're not supposed to eat, things that you can
eat. Because certain things, like if she were smart and didn't, I think she truly believes some of this stuff, but if she were smart, she would throw in stuff like pasta in there that if you get that out undigested would look like worms.
Right.
Oh God, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Then
honestly, if the pumpkin innards, because that would definitely the stringy undigested because the cellulose.
Would that make it look like Yuki symptoms like Yada had?
Oh God.
Who's a good girl?
At least Yada hasn't done anything that killed anybody that we know of.
He's too damn short to pull it off.
But dude.
Well, here's the thing, though. There is a way you can stop having periods if you're so starved and so unnutritious that you don't.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. It's a survival mechanism so that you won't have kids when you don't have enough food.
Yeah, cats. That's the reason you're not supposed to feed stray cats. Is if cats don't have a reliable food source, they stop going into heat. But once you start feeding them, they'll start going back into heat and making baby cats. So that's why you shouldn't ever.
My college, my alma mater, MTSU, years ago. This is way before I went there. We had a huge feral cat infestation. Yeah.
And cats are fucking evil.
Yeah, what they did to stop it, and a student suggested this. Actually, a student suggested this policy, and it worked after about like a year or so. Is you catch every cat you can find, spay or neuter them, tag them to tell which ones have been spayed and neutered, and release them.
Yep. I've heard a few people
after a couple of years,
or a few places.
After a couple of years, cats went away.
Well, they either died or basically they usually died, right? From either age or accident.
Yeah, they usually died, but the other important thing is they stopped breeding.
Yeah.
Well, in New Zealand, they actually have a bounty on cats because cats kill so much of the native birds and small wildlife that they just basically pay you to go out and fucking shoot a cat in the head with a bow and arrow.
Cats.
Hey, here's the question: if you're a foreigner and like you're going to an area they're not a pest, are you allowed to just take them with you and say, "Hey, I'm taking this out of the country. I'm helping you out."
That's a good question.
Cats are.
It's only the
humans.
Cats aren't exactly the most badass thing you can hunt with a bow and arrow. If you've played Horizon Zero Dawn, you know the most badass thing you can hunt with a bow and arrow is a thunderjaw.
Basically, isn't it basically a mecha brontosaurus?
It's a very good game, but basically the guy who's responsible for the apocalypse clearly never saw The Matrix or Terminator.
I just want to bow hunt a fucking wolf. Like a full-grown timber wolf. That's what I want to kill with a bow.
It's like, Jeff, you've seen enough sci-fi. What happens when you build a robot army that is unhackable, can self-replicate, and quote, in emergencies, can use biomass as fuel?
That's Skynet or Matrix or it's bad idea.
Yeah, it basically ended up in the game. It ended up wiping out the biosphere completely. Not just like humanity, but every living thing.
Yeah, aren't you basically wiping out them as you go around hunting?
Yeah.
Oh no, man.
This is why you need an EMP. This is why you should use an EMP and wipe them out that way.
There you go.
Apparently they didn't do that for some reason, but
or they could have been garbage in real life.
Or they
their
could
range
have
is garbage and they're ridiculously difficult to make.
And the machines are able to self-replicate. They were replicating faster than the armies could kill them, so they ended up just like buying time so Project Zero Dawn could end up being built.
Zero Dawn is there to wipe them out.
Yeah, I really.
No, Zero Dawn was there. Zero Dawn was there to fix the planet after the robots won.
Zero Dawn is one of those games where I get kind of pissed that it's one of those rare games that doesn't come out for PC, and it makes me absolutely fucking furious.
I know you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got a PS4 because I wanted to play certain games, and like my laptop isn't good for like many games. Sure. The only real game that I play on my laptop anymore is like Civ.
Okay.
But,
great.
Yeah, I gotta get right. I still
need to find that Vernon Supreme mod where I can basically play as Vernon Supreme.
I just want to point out, since you brought up Civ, on Civ 5, my least favorite fucking person is William of Orange of the Netherlands. That duchy is a fucking annoying twat waffle.
To be fair, he conquered England and basically helped fight off the Spanish.
No, I mean in the game Civ 5, he's a fucking twat waffle. In real life,
I know.
Yeah.
He figured out the modern economy, basically. He figured out how to basically make a country. He created the modern debt system.
Yeah. So I blame him for student loans.
No, not that kind of debt.
Actually, I don't even have student loans, so I'm one of those lucky ones.
I don't have them either.
Hey.
privilege.
$40,000. $40,000 fucking dollars.
Dude,
small loan of $1 million.
My civics teacher, when I was a senior in high school, she was like in her mid-30s. She just had her second kid, and she said like a few months prior when we talked about student loan debt, she said a few months ago I just finished off paying my student loan debt.
Wow.
And she was in her mid-30s, and she was married with a husband who also was very gainfully employed. So that's like kind of
I've met doctors that, I mean, they were late 30s, early 40s before they were able to pay it all off, and they were in private practice by then. So you'd think they'd be able to afford it by then.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that. My mom's a teacher. She got lucky. She went to her master's, and because she already was a teacher at the time,
yeah,
she got a grant, so she didn't have to pay for the damn thing. because she's a teacher. But her loans for going to undergrad. Oh, she's still paying them off, and she's in her 50s.
My both my parents too, and they only were able to. My mom got twirling scholarships because she did Oklahoma, and then my dad worked through college, so he never took out any loans because they wouldn't have qualified anyways. But it's sad that, especially like for teachers, they shouldn't have student loans because they're doing something important. Like,
I've heard a couple ideas on how to solve it, and possibly creating a national teacher corps would be kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah, I was really, I don't know, it was kind of wishful thinking and shit, but like, you know, when Obama got in office, I was like, oh, I really hope that they do the student loan forgiveness thing. It'd be fucking awesome.
Oh, you were that naive. I wasn't even old enough to vote, and I had already lost my faith in government. I wasn't that naive.
And then there was like the Bernie thing. It was like, we're gonna do it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, great, let's do it.
I was listening to Bernie, and I'm like, even if you get in, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
I know, but I can dare to dream.
I was hoping.
Go 0 to Venezuela real quick.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't see why. Like, I think that you could kind of get like somehow what the Nordic countries do. Like, you know, you have to maintain a certain grade point average, and then you have to work a job where you're contributing for so many years, and then you was paid for. I mean, only for certain, like, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be something that can actually help, not these women.
Yeah, if you're being like a teacher, I think teachers would automatically get their thing forgiven because they're fucking teaching.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All those gender studies professors should definitely have their loans forgiven.
I have a friend who had an athletic scholarship to the university, or for the Arkansas State University, and was going to be a history teacher and a football coach.
Arkansas has universities?
Awesome.
They do.
But
Razorbacks?
No, fucking Arkansas State, not University of Arkansas, the Red Wolves.
There's more than one?
Yes, there's a fucking lot of them. Jesus.
There's a shit ton of
We
colleges
have cool ones like UCA, which has a purple and gray field. That's the point. But because of current job climate, he couldn't get a job as a football coach or a teacher, even being a former Division I collegiate athlete. So he had to go into the military to be able to support his family.
Yeah.
I know Magog's is a Razorback now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he goes to Fayetteville. I feel sorry.
Dog.
Speaking of Magog, Jeff, when are you doing the is it side quest that they're having Hemlock on, or?
Yeah, I'm not really sure when. Like, there's talks of doing something with side quests. I don't really know what's going on with side quests these days. But Beardy really wants to do a video.
I don't know how Magog keeps that voice up. I tried it once, and like after 5 minutes, I was really hoarse, and I had to like drink a ton of like orange juice and stuff.
Cigarettes.
You seen how much he smokes?
Yeah,
right.
That'll do it.
So what? Who's all on side quests now? Like what's up with side quests?
Vamp's done is just Beardy and Magog.
And he just made a video. I think it was just a couple nights ago where he was talking about
SJW.
He'll get a whole lot more time, but for the next 14 weeks things are a little bit it may not be regular.
And if you can't make
speaking of
be able to do it
speaking of Saints, hey Jeff, you know what happened to Nick on Monday? He was supposed to be on Peasants and didn't show.
I have no idea. He said something about him falling asleep and missing it or something like that. I don't know.
God damn it, Nick.
Yeah.
He's called an alarm.
His voice already sounds like he's sleepwalking. How does he fall asleep? No offense to Nick, but his voice is one of the most like it's almost Ben Carson in its level of volume.
He's not Benzo Carson.
He's Benzo.
I love that nickname, Benzo Carson.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like Ben Carson, all, but the moment you get a painting of you with Jesus on your shoulder, I'm like, nope, I can't fucking handle this guy anymore.
I like him as a pediatric neurosurgeon, not as a politician.
Yeah, I don't like the fact he's a freaking creationist because I don't want him trying to teach that.
Don't teach your bullshit in schools, please.
Right?
That goes for everybody. I don't want Muhammad and fucking
exactly.
Same.
Fuck out.
Or,
but it's okay to teach about the flying spaghetti monster and the dude.
Yeah.
Well, like if you're teaching about them in the like the respect of these things exist, this is what they believe. I don't care.
Yeah.
And they're the basis for most Western.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, like,
in middle school, I learned about Judaism, but that was only because it was on a court. We're studying about the Middle East and the rise of modern religions.
Yeah. One can't properly understand history and so a lot of classical literature without an understanding of the theologies associated with them.
I think it'd be interesting.
Basis of Western democracies, but as Richard Spencer said, democracy is for fags.
No, my thing with it is I don't like them.
And he said that's why he likes the EU, because it's not democratic, and if they can just infiltrate the EU, they'll be able to do what they want to do, and they won't get a vote on it.
My thing
They're not going to get a vote on it.
My thing is there's some schools who preach Islam and try to get people to convert and all that shit, and then I've been to schools that did the same thing with Christianity. Like, no, keep that fucking religious garbage out of the equation.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Just teach about them. Don't try to preach, convert, recruit, none of that shit.
My mom actually got not actually accused one of her students. Like, my mom was talking about Christianity, but it was because, and one of her students like, you're not supposed to be preaching against. So my mom's like, I'm just talking about the actual religion. Because though I'm an atheist, my mom's fairly Christian.
Yeah.
She's like, listen, I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you, because she was a history teacher. She's like, listen, I'm just telling you how this shit happened. Although she was dealing with middle schoolers, so she didn't drop, S-bombs and F-bombs because, well, to be fair, they would probably just think that's normal.
Yeah.
Well,
it is California.
I was just having my story comes from there too. We're just yesterday, me and my dad. He was a history teacher, but he was high school and he's U.S. history, and this was like the second or third year right before he retired. So big old redneck, but he had a student ask him like, what is like a conservative? Like, the kid didn't understand, and my dad literally gave him the textbook definition of conservative. Another student went and told their mom, and the mom tried to get my dad fired over it.
Why are you giving a textbook for giving a definition?
Yes. The ended up the school squashed it because they started talking to other students. But
that happened over here, and they did actually get fired. There was one that
probably.
I was reading recently. They were talking about homosexuality, and someone asked the teacher's personal views, to which they explained their personal views and the views of Christianity, and then someone ran and reported it, and they immediately got.
I think that's bullshit. If you're saying, "Hey, this is my personal views," but that doesn't reflect the views of society in general, that's
or even saying, "Look, this is what I believe." You absolutely don't have to believe it. Everyone, like my dad, was always very, very sure to not
pressure.
He never said, it was, well, this is what this side says. This is what this side says.
Being fairly objective.
Yeah. Because and he gets mad. It doesn't matter. Like now he's more conservative, but he was a little more liberal, but it was always like,
I swear, I think I'm getting more and more
anyone. That kind of happens a little bit with age for a lot of people, I'm finding.
But I'm almost feeling I'm becoming more conservative just because of the fact of what's on the left.
Yeah.
I'm still neither. I don't consider myself either because I like my guns, but I also like weed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fuck with you. Let me get high, let me get drunk, and let me shoot shit. Like, other than that, I don't give a fuck.
Just not simultaneously. Just at different times.
I was always a really, really liberal dude. I mean, obviously, like I have a very strange life. But when I when I had to change over to university from the community college, like I felt myself drifting more right just because of having to like be immersed in some really annoying shit.
Yeah.
No, I've heard that from a dog. He was talking about how he goes to did you hear that story? He said that his teacher was looking at a history for photography, and his teacher claimed that the reason why the photographs don't pick up black people back in the day, the early photography, was because of racism.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
No, then, as more and more of like everything this past year has been going on, and the more I just find myself like just vibrating in the center over and over and over again, like
conservative, right? Like Dave Rubin, he's apparently the right poster boy now, according to some.
I agree.
Alright,
but like, it'll be like
question about that.
It'll be like you hear person and you're like, we're over this way, and then you hear like gas the Jews 1488, and you're like,
let's go back.
Well, see, I've avoided that crowd because I'm not fully white. I'm half white, half Native American. They fucking want to gas half of me. It's like, no, fuck yourself.
5.
Define white. I had that with that stupid. Who was it that was doing the no bullshit stream the other day? I think it was Irate Bear or something like that. And it was just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. What's white people? Why do people struggle with what white people are? It's a definition. It's a color. It's like, really, where is the pure white hex code FFFFFF person in the world?
I'm half red, half green, because the other half's majority Norse Gael from Ireland. There.
We can't all be as pasty pale as red over there. That's the problem. Is I'm not white enough.
I don't even.
You're not white enough.
I know I'm like white in a bunch of different combined from a bunch of different combined countries, but I don't really care. So, I mean, if somebody ever gave me a 23andMe, I'd take it just for shits and giggles, but I don't really care enough.
I just want to point this out.
They'll inject some African
Well, they would lie to you anyways to.
You could throw red royals and out of hearts in snow, and you'd fucking lose them if it wasn't for their hair.
Probably, yeah.
Except for the red hair for Anna.
Me too.
That's what I said. Beyond the hair colors, you fucking lose those two. I get confused for Mexicans all the time. Like, we'll have legit Mexicans come in and start speaking to me in Spanish thinking I'm fucking Mexican.
That's always funny.
I'm not Mexican.
I know, it's funny because my cousin's like that. He's also like you. He's more like a quarter. But because we live in LA, and because he out in he and I would go on like on a swim team during the summer, he'd get tan, and all the Mexicans would start talking to him. He's like fucker, I'm native. He's like soy Indio.
My thing is like I have dark red hair, high cheekbones, and I'm a big SOB. It's like I don't look remotely Mexican.
No, you could. I mean, dude, Mexico has fucking Chinese.
Mexico does have gingers, but I'm not like super white and freckly.
They also have Germans.
Oh,
they have Mexicans.
No, they don't have gingers. They have gringos.
Sorry, I just quickly switched out of painting to look at the stream, and I just noticed the man just watching TV casually eating some dinner over there. This is the most entertaining thing I've seen in a hangout. This is 10 out of 10.
I don't know. Like, I've never talked to him. I don't really know who he is, but like, he hopped into the hangout. He hasn't said one word. He hasn't even looked at the computer.
Hey, buddy.
Yes,
what's up, buddy?
Yes, now.
Wait.
Oh, maybe not.
He has an adorable dog.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Adorable dog.
He's watching some football.
Oh, never mind. I'm person. Ignore me.
Oh, okay.
I'm an idiot.
Are you talking about Rhino?
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
Chocolate Thunder.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Beast.
We got some Chocolate Thunder in here.
Snuck away for a second. What's going on?
Don't kick the dog, sir.
Well, we were actually watching this guy who hasn't really said anything yet on the stream just eat some food, and now I'm hungry.
I don't
Rhino?
even know.
Is it Rhino
Some
eating?
kind of meat.
That's not Rhino. Oh, he did. Hi, he can hear us. What's going on, man? See ya.
Oh, wait, don't you throw a fork at me.
Just throw some cutlery and just ignore us again.
Chicken. I want chicken so bad.
Is that chicken? Is that steak?
Damn it.
No, it's taking it apart too easily to be steak. It's got to be chicken.
Hey, bro, hold up one finger for chicken, hold up 2 fingers for steak, or hold up 3 for
No.
either.
Don't ruin the mystery.
Chicken.
One.
Awesome.
Again.
Leroy Jenkins.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, what's up?
You remember where I am right now, right?
Yeah. I remember where you're at.
Yeah. So like, I snuck out to like just kind of be on the call, and I forgot that like lunch was about to start. So now like everybody's like, I feel like I'm about to get caught like watching porn or something.
Dude, just be glad you're not Middle Eastern. Being huddled over, looking embarrassed, looking into your phone. You've got to either get shot or arrested in America right now.
Green soy boy get fucked by horse cock.
So I'm gonna be up in Portland and also probably Seattle this month. So I'll try and keep up when I'm heading.
Aren't you on for 420?
Yeah, DP 420. I'm gonna be doing everything I can to get up there.
So when are you coming to the UK? That's the real question. When?
Yeah, you have to come over here.
When I can afford it.
Yeah. Do the Sargon Live libertarianisms, whatever.
Is
Liberalist, get it right.
I want a video of Jeff and Random McCam. That's what I want.
That'd be fun. We've hung out before.
Random McCam and Dankula.
Yeah.
Daddy Dank.
I want to hang out with Daddy Dank. Random McCam's a really nice.
Too bad you're not here.
I want to hang out with Billy the Fridge and like whoever was at the last meetup. Like those dudes were ridiculous.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was
crazy. Dude, you need to come out on like a night where like you can actually bring memes out and like you guys don't have to disappear at like 8 o'clock or whatever the hell time you had to leave last time.
I know.
I've noticed there's been a bunch of goddamn nerdcore rappers appearing on like, whatever your kind of community stream is. Because Dualcore was on one the other day. I think it was Irate Bear or someone like that.
Yep.
Billy's been on. I haven't seen MC3PO, but yeah, I've seen plenty of others.
I wonder whatever happened to MC Chris.
I don't know.
Chris is still around. He's still touring live.
I met Whitey Cracker a couple of months ago. That dude's nice.
Honestly, you guys got to get Evan and Pitmonk on.
Oh, on the Saints.
I need to get Shade for the Dark Lord on.
You can talk to the biological father of Jesus Christ.
Too good.
Man, I wish you were Jeff. I wish you were out here in Texas with me right now, you and Men's, because this weekend is the Fort Worth Gun Show.
Oh,
yes.
Hey, beware of those loopholes. I hear they could be dangerous. You may twist a leg or two.
Yeah.
You should feel bad about that joke. You should feel bad about that. That was awful.
Actually, I think it was Steven Crowder who did a video on that supposed loophole.
Imagine my shock.
It might have been Steven or some guy who looks equally as douchey.
It was Crowder.
It's just like the first time I ever saw Patty Politics was her Confederate flag video.
Oh man, I miss Patty. She's fucking great.
What happened to Patty?
Yeah, where'd she go?
Fucking Twitter.
Twitter kicked her off, and she decided she didn't want to make another account. So she's just been on Facebook. I mean, she's still making her videos and whatnot, but she's just not as like into it and as easily accessible. I have her as a friend on Facebook and we talk. She's not active. I don't think she got necessarily burnt out. I think it's more like getting banned off of Twitter. And like the only time she ever used really aggressive language was against like super fucked up shitty people. And that's irritating. Get her on
Patty.
Do the Saints Megamix.
Man, I just remembered I have a backlog of like 15 systems that I have to fix when I get to work.
I'm at work right now and I got a meeting in like 10 minutes, so I gotta bounce.
All right, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, let me know when you're coming up to Seattle, all right?
All right, I will.
All right, peace.
Ooh, boy. Man, I am actually looking kind of like an emo.
I have a POC issue. You don't like getting people of color on your streams.
What, on the Saints?
Mm-hmm.
Have we actually had a black person on the Saints?
I don't. You've had a couple of videos.
Yeah, some black guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you had him.
Yeah,
I'm not an SPG fan, so I don't know. But y'all have made me a fan of a few people like Magog and one I appreciate the most, Wang. because I enjoy
Razor Fist. I love Razor Fist.
I got described him. They described him as like that Anthony Fantano guy, but a twink and a lumberjack.
No, he's more like what's his face? Who's the guy? He's like Dennis. He's like the Dennis. He's like Dennis Miller. He likes to talk in very big references.
No,
right.
no, there you go.
I always get along with Razor Fist anytime I talk to him. He's a very he's pretty controversial though. People who like him really like him. People who hate him really hate him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've got.
I find him hilarious, and I think he's got good opinions on several issues.
We're gonna see Shannon appear on Saints.
Oh, you can get her, yeah.
You've had sugar tits. Give us cripple tits.
Hey, she'll be a POD, a person of disability.
Hey, that'll take away the ableist tag from Saints.
I still don't understand why. Like, I watched some movie where this guy was going off on how terrible You Before Me was, and I'm in a wheelchair. I don't understand why some people get offended that people say, "Oh, are they in a wheelchair or I'm in a wheelchair?" I'm literally fucking in a wheelchair.
Literally screwing in a wheelchair.
You're being descriptive. But like, it just, there's a lot when it comes to like people who cry ableism that makes no fucking sense, and no one I know that's disabled cares about any of those issues.
Remember,
like,
it's not handicapped; it's accessible.
Handicapability. Oh God Almighty!
I don't know.
So they're not accessible because I get fined if I try and park in them.
I've had my opinion changed on people in wheelchairs by the guy who goes with the nickname Wheels. He's a action sports athlete who tours with Nitro Circus. He does insane shit off ramps. Like, he's the first dude to back a wheelchair. It's like, at that point, I go,
fuck, dude.
So at that point, it's like, yeah, I know you guys.
But like,
I like that line. A person of disability.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, just we're disabled, handicapped, but whatever you want to call us. Although I don't care because me and my friends call me a cripple, so that's always the running joke. Hey, cripple.
You know what I love is people will say you can't call them autistic. You have to call them a person with autism. Like, fuck you. I don't mind being called autistic.
Yeah, I was gonna say
why
would that be?
Yeah,
be offensive. You have autism. You have autism.
You can't call them retarded. You have to call that person with diminished capacity.
You can't call them disabled.
Shit, like,
right?
Dragon, how many times do you? Like, there's times in the Saints server in a voice chat where I'll just like talking to Dragon, like, "Hey, you autist prick." He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, what the fuck? Never mind.
People with autism don't have feelings anyway. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, we have feelings. They get expressed in weird ways.
I don't know if I don't think I've shared this story,
I have
but
feelings, I just don't care about
so I was.
We're not able to be part of the. We're considered outcasts of the ethno state because we have a disability.
Oh, well, I'll be outcast with you.
That's the problem with the. That's the problem with the ethno state. Unless they decide what is acceptable in the ethno state right off the bat and make and have a very specific criteria, then they're gonna have this little nitpicky infighting for the rest of their existence.
I have a question.
Exactly.
No, we just need to keep balkanizing. We need to split off smaller and smaller countries.
I know it's just gonna be like pretty much. They're gonna have to deal with what I call the TMQ, the Tara McCarthy question, right off the bat.
Is Tara McCarthy question?
Right. Yeah. Here, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
She's retarded enough, but is she white enough?
Hey, you're kind of.
It's on the hour again. It's almost to the hour again. He's on time.
Holy shit, she's right. It's only 5-2.
Did you just assume her race? Maybe she identifies as a POC.
Who knows?
Dolazol.
Dipshits don't count.
Oh, but so like this was like my second Halloween, my first Halloween going out since I got put in my wheelchair. Okay.
So
I'm
you
a huge
two.
Batgirl fan. No,
so
I
you
wish.
could go as Oracle. You could go as Oracle.
That was, dude, you're right on the same page as me.
Exactly.
So I'm going out and I'm getting my nails done in the old school Batman comic books, like the old Batman comic looking symbol, you know.
Yes.
With the dots for the colors. And I'm sitting there and I will get you
sitting there.
Hold on. I'm sitting there and we're talking and they're asking me about what I'm gonna go. And mind you, I'm a redhead. So that just cemented how much I love Barbara Gordon even more.
Barbara Gordon's the shit.
And right?
Yeah.
So as I'm getting
I had a major
done,
crush
I'm
on her when I
talking
was
to
younger.
them. A lot of
I'll
people
admit,
have a crush on Barbara.
Story time.
Come on. So she, like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, like, this is what, you know, they're asking me what you're going to do for Halloween. I'm like, well, I'm going to go get, I can't remember now. I think it was a yellow shirt, purple dress. I was going from The Killing Joke. Literally with the blood splatter and everything in the middle of
That's brilliant.
Right?
But you were wearing clothes.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just the one panel where she initially gets shot was the panel specifically I was going for. And it worked out because the party I was going to was this huge, like, block party, and it was all Batman themed. So I'm getting these done, and, like, on a little bit farther away in where I was doing it, some lady was just behind a half wall getting the permanent fake eyelashes put on. And as I'm describing, like, I'm like, you know, I hope it's not too dark. I hope a lot of people will get it. And this lady finally, she's like slams her hands on the chair. She's not getting up, not opening her eyes. And she lays into me about how I am an evil, ableist person, and I am terrible, and I have no feeling for people who have diminished capacity and who aren't able-bodied, and how dare, like, literally.
If that started happening and I were in your position, I would be struggling not to laugh, just waiting for her to open her eyes.
I was. If people were trying to say things, and I didn't even shush them. I just put my finger to my mouth, and everyone's watching.
It's just like, no. It's like, no. This is gonna be great. Shut up.
Exactly. I was just like, let her keep.
It's like that scene. It's like that scene on a Chappelle show when they find out that the British Klan member was a blind black dude.
Yeah. It kind of felt really similar. And everyone is like, there's some people that are just like mouth agape, horrified, like, oh my God, I can't believe this lady's freaking out like this. And others are like covering their faces. One almost went outside because she didn't want to start busting up. And so this lady finishes. And I mean, she was talking for a good like 4 or 5 minutes. And so
with her eyes closed?
Yes, her eye, because she's getting eyelashes glued onto her freaking lids.
Yeah, you don't open your eyes when you're getting those done.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Most of them, they take down like your lower lashes too, because you don't want to get the glue in them and not open your eyes. And so finally she finishes all of that, and I said, okay, cool, good to know. And about 45 seconds, a minute later, she gets up and she says, thank you. And she walks around the little half wall and comes to, like, because she could vaguely hear where I was. And she comes over and she says, and another thing. And I said,
oh, no.
Yes. And she looks down, sees the wheelchair. The color just drained from her face. She ran, like, scuttled over silently. Like, I have never, like, it was like an anti-sound. She was just absorbing the sounds around her. And she runs over. It was $50 for these damn eyelashes because Southern California. And so apparently she put $100 bill down on the counter and walked away. And even when they're, oh, you want your change? She didn't even look up. She'd head down, just scurrying out of this building.
All of her shame had condensed and compressed into a black.
It was palpable. The shame was palpable.
Oh, it was.
It was condensed into a black hole. It was absorbing all the sound and light from all around her.
Exactly. All the sound and pride.
Sound hole.
You acted exactly how I would have acted in that situation. Right as they're going there ranting, and then anybody who's opening their mouth, I would just be like, no.
Yeah, no. Let them do it.
You just want to film that. You're like, no, shut up, film it. Start filming.
I should have. I didn't even think about it.
That would have been that would have gone viral.
Oh yeah.
That would have been the greatest internet video I've ever seen.
And the second
that would have been the one thing funnier than you should read some super chats and come find me. That's just
dude. You have no idea how bad I wish I'd have filmed.
What the fuck is that?
And I know it
What?
probably was. I'm getting you fish. Hold on, honey.
It
I'm
sounds
trying
like
to run you over.
an air raid horn. Somebody stabbed in the nutsack.
Oh, what?
That's a child.
That's a child.
Yeah,
Actually.
my child was.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the strange noise that just went off in my backyard.
Oh! I thought that was me. I thought I'm gaming.
That's also a child.
You're in
With
silent.
bobcats, because those things scream like nobody's business.
And everybody keeps calling my house saying, "Hey, do you guys want to do something?" Like, fuck off. we just got our house rebuilt. Stop trying to bug us.
One thing that always bothered. One thing that did bother. One thing that did bother me about the whole Barbara Gordon becoming Oracle story is how did nobody put 2 and 2 together that she was Batgirl?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like have you ever played Arkham Knight?
No, but I've watched people play it.
Yeah, well, at one point, because Batman's hallucinating Joker the whole game, Joker said, how did Arkham Knight know to go after your secret bat base, Batface? I mean, I had no idea. How did he know to go after your IT department? I mean, I had no idea who she was when I shot her. I just got lucky.
You're right.
Yeah.
She's there were some continuity errors, but
Didn't
overall,
Batman fuck Batgirl at one point? Like, didn't he figure it out then?
Don't remind me.
Nah.
You tell me you didn't figure it out then.
That was in the animated version of that movie where they felt they had to add a romance subplot to really sell it.
For why?
Wait, an animated version of which movie?
The Killing Joke.
I just bought that on on iTunes or whatever. I haven't watched it, so they really
You wasted your money.
Skip halfway through and you'll be fine.
Okay.
First half is an unnecessary subplot, romance plot with.
They kind of have they have a PG sex scene between Batman and.
Don't ruin everything, man.
But wait, she was mainly involved with. Oh shit, I can't remember which one of the Robins.
Drake.
One of the Robins. There you
go.
The one that dies, I think.
Yeah. No.
No, she wasn't involved with Jason. She was involved with
not
Drake.
him.
Hey, I'm a Joker.
And I don't think it wasn't Grayson, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Grayson. I think she was
it's the
involved
one who went to Nightwing later, right?
No, it was. No, Grayson was the one who went to Nightwing.
Oh, okay. I get super because I couldn't have given less of a shit.
The main three that I remember were Dick Grayson, then who became Nightwing, Jason Todd who became Red Hood, and then
and what was it called? Wayne, the other Wayne.
Damien. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, depends. And also one from Kevin. No, Miller's Batman. Robin in that one.
I like Batman Beyond.
Damian Wayne. Yeah.
No, female Robin.
Oh yeah, her.
Hey,
yeah,
Alec. You should try hitting F5. You're starting a robot really bad.
I've been saying that for the last 20 minutes. Ain't done.
Hey, nobody got time for that.
Well, hell, y'all bitching at me.
I'm used to it happening.
I just tend to. Sorry, Berserker. I just tend to ignore you when you talk.
Yeah, I know. People ignore the southern accent because
God,
no. I don't ignore you because of the southern accent. I live in Tennessee.
You poor bastard, my heart.
Dipshits. So somebody says something halfway intelligent. You're like, yeah.
I'm just glad it's only halfway.
I love how everyone else shuts up because they're just enjoying this little cat fight.
I'm looking for popcorn, guys.
Spicy pants.
I'd share.
Spicy.
I can't cat fight. I don't have a cat. The last one's in the backyard.
Exactly.
I had to shoot
Don't worry, one will find you. If I've learned anything, it's that cats will find you. I know so many people that came home and there was a cat and they just got a cat from there.
Yeah,
which is
cats
why the cat will
something
find themselves.
Like 2 days ago, this fucking big ass tomcat had rabies, so it shot his ass.
Well, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, you don't get cat. Cats aren't something you get voluntarily. They're something that happens to you.
Right?
Like chlamydia.
So what you're saying is cats rape our will.
Yeah.
I got my cats.
Hey, that's not
they
cool.
Give no fucks about
cats are rape
sketch.
That's why that's why dogs.
They give
that's
zero
why
fucks about consent.
That's why I like dogs. Dogs are always happy to see you.
Yeah.
Cats are just animal kingdoms.
I prefer cats.
I mean, I like both. My main thing is
dogs are civilized enough to shit outside.
But the main thing is like if I ever get another cat, it's gonna be after we get property, and I'm just gonna have outdoor cats. I'm not gonna have any more outdoor cats.
Oh right, because you rent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cat always goes outside to use the facilities. She doesn't shit indoors. It's undignified. Even though there are 2 other cats and they have cat trays.
You have a British cat.
Wait a second.
I want a forest cat, but they're so goddamn expensive. It's never gonna happen.
People shit inside too.
You know,
how's that?
I just got I just spent a couple of days because I had a lot of anti-vax friends had them. So anytime they post, I just created this Word document. Like every time they say something anti-vax, I'm just going to post it on YouTube. It's going to be like the reason that Andrew it'll just be it's like my version of Shu's wage gap button, except it's like a Word document that I just auto post. It'll just be like
I want that one for GMOs because
it just says like Andrew Wakefield had applied for patents for 3 separate measles, mumps, rubella vaccines. There's a reason he wanted the MMR vaccine to be taken off the market.
Exactly.
That's basically what it said. That's basically what it says, and then I just post it.
Well, there's all these people have martyred him because they keep accusing, oh no, it's all conspiracy. No, he fucking did this on his own. Don't try to diminish what he admitted to.
Yeah, and he
understand the actual
it's
science.
So strange. Like I watched the documentary, the controversial optimist. No, the controversial optimist, and it's like a behind the scenes, all access, unabashed to Wakefield and this and the other thing. And it's he has such a cult following, and it's so sucking his dick. Like the beginning of it is him like literally just working out and shit. It's gross.
I was talking to my cousin. She's a pediatrician, and she told me you can make a very strong argument that Wakefield, in doing that and knowing what he was doing, was factually wrong. You can make a strong argument that he was breaking his Hippocratic oath.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
he absolutely was.
Yeah,
the only good that came of it was for people like me who are actually allergic because we got more alternatives. But that's not enough good to warrant the bullshit he did.
Yeah, I mean, because of the anti-vax movement, I feel it makes me feel bad for people like yourself who are allergic to who are allergic to the vaccines, or who can't have the vaccines because they have an autoimmune disorder or something. And it's and it's like you're putting those people who are already have something that they have to deal with something else that they potentially have to deal with because you're.
Yeah. Well,
it reminds me, there was one scene in House where he talked to an anti-vax mother, and as soon as this woman, because all of his clinic scenes are always hilarious if you've ever seen that show.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah. And he was talking to her, and he was playing with this toy that was made in America, and it was sewn from non-GMO cloth or some bullshit like that. And then he says, "You know what else is a big business? Teeny tiny baby coffins.
Yep.
You can get them in orange and red." And it's just and I just started laughing hysterically.
Yeah, and people don't realize, and it's not just the family suffers if one family member can't have. I'm on immunosuppressants because I have this fucked up demyelinating disease, and I'm terrified for when my son starts going to school, because all it takes is him picking up the germs from some kid that isn't vax, like I depend on herd immunity. I absolutely depend on it.
Well, it depends. He's more likely to run into a unvaxxed kid depending on where you live. Where do you live?
Texas. So we're okay here. We moved from California. We were in
California. If you were in California, if you were in California, you might as well just sign up for your smallpox.
Yeah, I literally, that's one of the reasons I moved from California, was it wasn't safe for me. Even my doctor said, you need to go somewhere different. Here, there's no pediatrician in the town I live in that will take children from families that don't vaccinate. Like, you have to sign a waiver saying, we agree to all of the vaccinations. He won't even allow them in the office.
Yeah.
You are barred from even coming in, which is good. Because he has kids that can't.
By all the gods.
Well, for most places.
My general practitioner, it's kind of funny because my mom has back problems, so she recommended her to a chiropractor. And I was in the office at the time, and I'm like, are you sure that's wise? And she's like, no, he only works on back problems.
Yeah. Those are, and I didn't know there was a different type of chiropractor. I thought they all did that, and then California.
Yeah, it's like, so he's like one of the sane chiropractors. I mean, like, Jeff, what's your opinion on going to chiropractors for like back problems specifically?
I mean, it's usually fine. Like, because
they're dealing with your spine.
And if they're realistic, if they're just saying, look, this is just going to ease some of the pain.
That's exactly what the guy said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at that fucking point, go to a jiu-jitsu class and roll around with a black belt. He'll twist your ass up in many different ways. It's pretty much the same fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most chiropractors are fucking quacks and con men. The guy who founded chiropractic was a fucking con man who was murdered by his own son to continue the con.
There was one in when I lived near well, thank you. Apparently my son has found all my D&D stuff and is handing it to me. Like, he likes the Xanthars because he likes the monster he likes the beholder. That's his favorite thing in the world, and he even has his own set of dice, and that's how he's learning to say his numbers. But
fair enough.
Now that is mom.
Farah, who are you in Discord?
Farah Rainey.
Right. Okay.
We've talked because you helped me because I was trying to find a Dragonborn, someone to do a custom Dragonborn female.
I know. I just have to send you a link to something.
Oh, okay, awesome. But the chiropractor I went into thinking, because I'd only been to one ever before from when I broke my back a long time ago. He was like sports medicine, and I'll adjust you and let's do physical therapy because that's important. So I go into a new chiropractor.
Did the woo-woo?
Oh.
Here, let me focus my Reiki on this spot.
Oh, as soon as I sat down, I'm
looking
around and I'm in the waiting room still. And mind you, I'm pregnant at the time.
Oh,
I'm a little uneasy anyways. But my back was so messed up. This was when I was first getting sick, and they thought my back was something was wrong with my spinal cord, and that's why I was collapsing and like going numb from the waist down. But it was my autoimmune disease, apparently. Super fun. But I'm looking around the waiting room, like halfway through signing all the paperwork, and there's shadow boxes full of pills.
What are shadow boxes?
Like a thick picture frame, so that you can put items in, not just like papers or paintings.
Okay.
And there's like a letter in the middle from a person, and all of their empty pill bottles, complete with the pills. From like, oh, he cured me of this. He cured me of this. I get into the back waiting room, or the back room, and he has one from a breast cancer patient.
Oh no!
Bro, if his name isn't Hemlock Moon Wolf, get the fuck out of there.
Oh, dude!
Exactly.
I was reading that, and he comes in. He goes, "Okay, I'd like to take an X-ray of your spine because I think you're having more issues than your back." I'm like, "Nope," and I walked right on out.
Nope.
And mind you, walked past him spinal manipulating, or one of his associates, whatever, because there was a few of them, like, because they all converge. to like sell shit.
Yeah.
It's like fucking vampire colony.
It's
Someone
it's
working on
similar to that,
a
actually.
1-year-old kid. They were
Jesus.
like doing skull manipulation and neck manipulation on a 1-year-old.
Damn,
fuck,
like
man?
that fucking
Yeah.
looks as this shitty doctor I had. I was 7 years old. We were playing football with a shoe because we're ghetto as fuck. And I got tackled. My knee slammed into a plastic barricade that was like a little plastic barrier, that holds all the rocks or bolts or whatever in.
Yeah.
And I could not walk. Like, my knee was the size of a basketball at fucking 7 years old. And he was like, it's just growing pains. It's just growing pains. Well, he switched practices. The doctor that replaced him took one look at my knee. He's like, we need to x-ray that. And then immediately the next day sent me to a major hospital in another town, like a bigger town. Yeah. And they basically said that I had a partial tear of my MCL. Fixed that. Then I had to go back 2 weeks later to have them drain an infection from my knee. And that was actually, it wasn't growing pains.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no.
The more
he just said, it's growing pains, you'll be fine. Didn't give
Had
me
the one doctor not done that, you probably wouldn't have gotten the infection at all, and you'd immediately gone
more
to
like
the
healing
specialist.
pains, honestly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it was bad to the point of a pharmacist actually wrote a prescription for me of pain medicine. The codeine cough syrup, because that was just something to put me asleep. And I ended up waking up in so much pain that I crawled to the living room, drank the entire bottle, and was finally able to go to sleep.
Oh,
Jesus.
Poor baby.
My back.
I hate people that are like that.
Speaking of spines, my back is fucking flaring up like a motherfucker. Really
Force
bad.
liniment, Jeff.
It's lumbar support. That's what you
Go
need.
lay down on a heating pad.
I think we're gonna hop offline from here, and I'll try and hang in there for a little bit. But yeah, so everybody watching the stream, hello, thank you very much for watching. Anybody watching in the future, hello. It's over. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Watch